All right, welcome back, everybody. It's so good to have you here watching Morning Live on SABC 2 and Channel 404. This morning, this beautiful building that we're showing you on your screen is the Department of International Relations and Cooperation. It's here in Pretoria, and it's one of those buildings, I must say, that when you do come here, it's absolutely spectacular. Well, I can tell you who is here. We're going to be joined this morning by a lot of the heads of missions from all over the world that have gathered here in South Africa. 126 to be exact, that have come here for the biennial conference that takes place. And we're in the fourth day as we speak right now. And they're here in South Africa, just basically, I suppose, coming together to find out what it is, the mission that South Africa would like to spread to the rest of the world, the word that we'd like to spread, and of course, the relationships with the respective countries that we're represented in. Well, the expert in this department and the minister who heads this up is joining us now on the program, and it's an absolute pleasure to be speaking to the Minister of International Relations and Cooperations, Maita Nkoana-Mashabane. Minister, always lovely to see you. Welcome to the program.
Well, thank you very much, Leanne, and to all our viewers, and it's good to be home.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's not often that you get to say that.
Yes.
And not often that most of the diplomats here and the ambassadors and consul generals and everybody else represented here gets to say that too, because this is your job. It's to be South African, but living in another country.
Very much so. Together with us here, as you rightfully said, we've got our senior government officials, we've got our ambassadors and high commissioners, consul generals. This department is led by 3 heads, minister and 2 deputy ministers. Honorable Deputy Minister number 1 is here with us. The number 2 is still on his way back. Deputy Minister Landers from Parliament, because we have to do all this at the same time, fortunately or unfortunately. But here we are, moving South Africa forward through diplomacy. Yesterday, President spoke in cabinet in glowing terms, thanking you, diplomats, on the hard work we do against all odds, and in particular to congratulate our ambassador in Vienna, Ambassador Siokolo, for having chosen or appointed as a board of directors for IAEA. So this is the work we do quietly out there. Having said that, these ambassadors have had an opportunity to go into breakaway sessions, because to deal with issues specific to their specific branches, but also there's a global governance which is about multilateralism, which is cross-cutting, which all of us have to have knowledge about it, on how we utilize these opportunities, how we link our national development plan implementation, link that with the Sustainable Development Goals and Agenda 2063 as we move South Africa's diplomacy forward, informed by our Freedom Charter. That's why we are here. Last night, we had an opportunity to visit Mamelodi, so that we touch base with real home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That must have been wonderful for everybody. You know, we've had the opportunity as a program to visit many of the heads of missions around the country, some in Africa. We've been to Ghana. We were in Washington. We were in, I actually forget. And, you know, we were welcomed so warmly into the missions as South Africans. And we get to see some of the work that they do there. But that was for a very short while.
Yes.
What do our heads of missions do? I mean, just to give the viewers an understanding of why it's important to have a head of mission in respective countries.
We represent a very unique African country. By that I mean a country that is just 20 years plus old, that has achieved so much with so little in such a short period of time. And for those who don't know us, they think the miracle started and ended with Mandela. It continues. Because we have to continue championing peace, security, and development, and say to the world, democracy and peaceful development can go hand in hand. So that's why we're saying we're championing a South Africa that's moving forward through diplomacy. So we know that we don't have to just speak about self, meaning South Africa, but also together, working together with the other African missions, wherever we are represented, to champion our broader goals in the continent. When we are at G20, we do the same. When we are at BRICS, where we've just come back from, we do exactly the same. And we are proud to say, with humility, that in this October month, which is a month of celebration of the foremost and outstanding diplomat that South Africa ever produced, O.R. Tambo, who was born in October. These heads of missions are here to start the celebration and go on. It is not just a celebration of jubilation, but it is also of stock taking as to where do we go from here, continuing to spread this good word of peace, security, and development.
Minister, I'm going to just take a very quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about other issues. And one of the issues I would like to touch on is the fact that with economies struggling, does it make financial sense for South Africa to still be represented in so many countries? It's an issue we'll touch on and a lot more. Please do stay tuned. We'd love you to get involved as well. If you'd like to join in the conversation at Morning Live SABC, that's where you can get hold of us. We'll pick up your tweet and perhaps ask the Minister or some of the ambassadors represented here those questions. Stay tuned.